take your time out to say a special good morning to one and all. Those of you listening to Classic Radio, good morning to you once again. Those of you in GBN TV, how are you this morning? Also, hope all is well with you. Also, hope you're having an awesome morning. And thanks for being with us. It's to the point. It's Friday, the 2nd day of May. Since of a brand new month. Yeah. Certainly hope you had an enjoyable May Day yesterday. Some will call it May Day, some call it Labor Day. Certainly hope you had a great one. If you didn't attend to the celebrations, if you are a worker or so forth, and you attended the May Day celebrations inside of St. Mark's, certainly hope you did enjoy. If you stayed at home, you had other chores to attend to deal with, if I could say it in that particular way, and you took care of that, well, hope all is well, and you're feeling that you may have accomplished something, getting that little bit of a day off yesterday. Hey, folks, you're going to have an open line edition this morning here on To The Point. Your calls are welcome, 435-2041. No particular subject, of course, matter in the lineup this morning. I'd leave it all up to you, all listeners and viewers this morning, in terms of what you would like to chime in on this morning. Feel free to do so. Certainly hope all is well with everyone once again. 435-2041. Double opportunities for you to call in this morning. You can call in via the WhatsApp or the direct line, 435-2041. Let's get the ball rolling this morning. Who's going to get it off rolling? Let's hear from you. Probably that particular subject matter that you will kick off with this morning, of course, could lead to that extended conversation that we certainly could have. Once again, good morning to, of course, all of the drivers on the nation's roads. Good morning to you. Of course, as I will always encourage you to drive along with that due care and attention. Yes, looking for other drivers on the road, looking for other road users as you move along this morning, and certainly hope that your driving commute today will be, of course, a peaceful one and incident-free. 435-2041. The lines are now open. Let's hear from you this morning here on today's program as we move on through. Of course, those of you probably viewing the television aspect, you could probably look at the marching of the particular unions this morning. If you're viewing that, if you were in the St. Mark's area and you probably came out and spectated, or you participated, certainly hope you did enjoy that. Once again, the lines are open, 435-2041, 435-2041. That's the number if you would like to get on live this morning and get that ball rolling in terms of the conversation this morning here on today's program. As we are with the calls, let me say good morning to all the youngsters who are moving through this morning. There's a couple of youngsters moving through this morning. Good morning to you. Hope all is well with you, and hope you are doing A-OK. We have our very first caller on the line this morning. Let's go over to the phone line. Caller, you're live. Good morning and welcome.
Hi, good morning. I just want to say a blessed day to the entire nation and everybody who's listening. I'd like to thank God for the holiday yesterday and make it incident-free one as far as I know.
All right.
What I would like to say to the public is we know how Grenadians see things happening on board and like to copy it. Well, I'm making mention of the incident that is happening now, the unrest in Guyana. Mm-hmm. People, please let us watch and pray for them and not copy them. Please, I pray. Right? And I pray that they would settle whatever the issues are, whatever the differences they're having. I pray that Guyana would be at peace again. And let us remain the peaceful people that we are in Grenada. Have a pleasant day.
Thank you so much. Appreciate your contribution. That's a wonderful way to get the ball rolling this morning. 435-2041. The lines are open. 435-2041. And let's hear from you. We do have another caller. Caller, you are live. Good morning and welcome.
Yeah, good morning, GT, and morning to your listeners and your viewers.
Good morning to you. How are you doing this morning, man?
I'm good enough. On Monday, you had a doctor with...
that's Dr. Peter Alex. Yeah.
And he was speaking about the effect of light.
Yeah.
And this is something I raised on this I think this very program already, and other programs in the past, when I first began to understand the impact of light. And I remember it was a report that, that there's too much light in the world at the moment, so it's affecting the biology, the ecology and so on. And people thought maybe ignore it or thought I was maybe crazy. But indeed, and I want to contend that I have personal experience in terms of how, like I have a West Indian cherry in front of my house, and because the level of light it have affected, it's good. I mean, it's good in production for years. It's hardly ever bearing, but I mean, there's hardly anything I can do about it. But my concern about the effect of light, apart from the plants and so on, is the effect on the children. Some people allow the children to sleep under light for an entire night. So when the body does not have the level of darkness it needs to regenerate itself, there's all kind of upset, both biological and psychological in the person. And apart from the effect of the excess sweets that we're giving our children, which make them hyperactive and everything, sometimes the instability in the environment where they live, whether it's in a home or in the community, it creates and encourages a deviant behavior. And most times we don't understand. We just say the children are evil, and we might even want to call in some divine being to intervene. But we do quite a bit of things to ourselves, and without being not cognizant or being aware. And then, we blame it on some devil or something like that, or the world coming to an end. Also, there's so many things I could talk about, but one of the things that a Filipino friend of mine told me years ago, and I've just saw something recently, this morning, as a matter of fact, that warning people, the sprout, don't use the sprout of onion, garlic, and potatoes, because it shows that the food, the fruit or the fruit or the vegetable is of being transforming itself for the next round of next cycle of production, and it means that there's chemicals that can affect us. And I think people need to be aware of that. So some of the advice that is given is that you don't put potatoes, onion, and garlic in your fridge. You leave it out. And of course, and also not even near your tap sink, because the microenvironment there give rise to the plant wanting to grow. So these are some of the things that if we do, in addition to minimizing light and all that stuff and all the chemicals coming from the exhaust in the car, we could be more healthier. And finally, mental health. We need to really have a major conversation on mental health. We have had many situations in Grenada, whether it's beginning with all the trauma from 51 going back, and trauma is intergenerational, it's transformed. We have a conflict along the way, 70s, 80s. We have had hurricanes, even Janet and so on. And there has not been any serious effort to deal with the trauma, to help people to heal from the trauma. And we cannot heal from trauma individually. We have to do it through association with others. So some people have said in the past that we need to do it and they'll do something about it. I've challenged them. We need to maybe have some intergenerational trauma healing process. And I'll end here because, I could go along, but thanks for giving me the opportunity to share these basic ideas.
Thank you so much, and certainly appreciate your contribution this morning. Always fruitful information you threw, so thank you so much. 435-2041, 435. The lines are opened. Let's hear from you this morning. It's an open line this morning, and our listeners and viewers have the opportunity of calling in and share your thoughts, your opinions. We also have an option of doing that here on today's program. It's an open line edition for today, Friday, 2nd day of May, 2025. And as we move on through this morning, those of you who are at home and you're listening, good morning to you. Certainly hope that you are having a great morning thus far. You're probably taking care of the necessaries at home. If you probably yesterday was the day you decided, hey, I'm not going to be doing anything in particular. You get that day off, so you, of course, all the chores you decide, hey, I'm going to leave that for today. If you are one of the individuals that Of course, Father, we're doing so, and you're taking care of things today. Well, all good for you. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, you're welcome. Good morning.
Well, good morning, Mr. Telesford. Greetings. How are you?
Doing good, sir. How are you this morning?
Well, I'm happy to hear that. I'm okay.
All right, sir.
Mr. Telesford, when was it again, boy? Hold on a while. What am I today? Where are we today? Oh, this one is Wednesday, wasn't it? Wednesday. You had an official from the Ministry of Legal Affairs, the Minister of Legal Affairs, the Minister of Labor, the whole works. And of course, you know, I ask certain questions of these quote-unquote legal minds. It was interesting to listen to her in her responses to my questions, two of them I made. Well, one was rhetorical. That wasn't really requesting any answer. But the second one was, can you tell me, have you managed to find out the number and year of the Constitution Act of Grenada? For 9 years now I'm asking that question, Mr. Telesford, you know. Nobody won't answer it. Lawrence Joseph, a constitution guru, some years still published. It is there published in Now Grenada. Went on to tell me and to tell the world, because it's there written, that it was because that Gary won the elections in 1972 that gave rise to the quote-unquote Constitution being patriated, of course, being legal. A whole lot of cock and bull story. 2 or 3 weeks ago on a program with Godfrey Alexis, Dr. Francis Alexis, because he's the president of the Republic of St. Paul's, I like to give me doctor. Upon answering said question, he went on to say that in 1840 there was a law passed in the British Parliament, blah, 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 which has caused Grenada to be in the situation as it is. Still not answering my question. But he went on to say something further, which was rather interesting, sir. He went on to say, I am not here to defend the imperial system, but only to say things as they are. I want you all Grenadians to listen to these people when they talk. He still didn't answer my question, because they know that we do not have a Constitution Act. We do not. And there is a reason for it. Now, the answer from Ms. Joseph a couple of mornings ago made it absolutely clear that this Constitution Act is now not a number and a year as we know it. For example, Act number 31 of 2007, the Grenada Hydrocarbon Reserves Act. That's how we know them, isn't that so, Mr. Telesford?
Yes, sir.
But she tells the people of this here country that that law was passed on the 19th of December 1973. Now, I didn't want to go and argue. I was able to call back, but I chose not to. I don't want to be in ringy-dingy with him. But she still hasn't answered my question. Why won't they answer the question? Because they know there's no answer. We do not have a question. But I want to ask her, kindly, when next she coming back to bring the answer for me. And let's talk seriously about this matter. Why are they ducking? Grenadians, I ask, are you not finding it strange that these people want to talk about it? If the Queen signed a constitution order in 1973, the authority is in the Queen. In constitutions made by people of various countries, the people elected locals sign the constitution, whether it be the legislature or an independent constituent assembly. Who holds the power in a country when the monarch signs it? The constitution is because it's the monarchy who holds the power. Challenging them again, Mr. Telesford, and saying this in Grenada for them to let we talk about it. Lawrence Joseph, Francis Alexis, Robert Ferguson, Bristol, all these legal luminaries. Let's talk about the Constitution of Grenada, the so-called Prime Minister and the so-called Governor General too, representatives of the monarchy, these kowtowers to the British Empire. Stop mamagaing the people. I challenge you to a publicly televised debate on this matter. Call me out when you want. 231 John. Mr. Telesford, enjoy yourself for the next couple of months, all right?
Thank you, sir. Have a good one. All right. Hey, folks, we due for a break. Let's take a break. We're coming back with much more of your calls. Of course, share your views, your opinions when we come back. Stay with us. Don't touch it out.
When you need your prescription.
Get ready, Grenada. The Maggie King of the Grill is back and bigger than ever. On Saturday, June 7th, Monroe's playing field transforms into the ultimate battleground for grill masters. Think you got what it takes? Then fire up those grills and show your skills. Registration closes Friday, April the 11th. So don't miss your chance to compete for that sizzling prize and bragging rights. It's food, fun, and flavor, all powered by Maggie. To register, call 407-8458. Maggie King of the Grill, where flavor rules. See you there.
GBN presents the 2025 Maggie King of the Grill, Saturday, June 7th, Monrouge Playing Field from 11 a.m. Our partners, Maggie, the secret of great flavor, Grenada Distillers Limited, makers of Clark's Court, Grenada's #1 rum, Grenada Paper Products, makers of Cherish, Spring Soft, Hammer Bay, and Super Value Toilet Paper, and Royal, Quick and Easy, and Horizon Paper Towers, Budget Foods Inc., Classic Lighting, and Blue Bubbles PA Rental and Event Supplies. It's the 2025 Maggie King of the Grill, where flavor rules.
Hey GBN family, we've got a brand new home on Facebook and you need to be there. Follow us now on Facebook at Grenada Broadcasting Network -GBN. Stay updated with the latest news, sports, entertainment, and everything Grenada. Don't miss out. Like, follow, and share. Grenada Broadcasting Network. Stay informed, stay ahead. First with the news, fast with the updates.
Welcome back, listeners. Welcome back, viewers, to The Point, Classic Radio, GBN TV. I'm your host, GT. I'll be you until it's at 10 a.m. this morning. It's an open line edition this morning, which means you have the option of calling in, sharing your views, sharing your concerns about issues that may have, of course, of concern to you, and you want to have, of course, take some kind of a note of it this morning and share your views on that. Let's go to the phone line. We do have a caller. Caller, you're live. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
I'm not sure if it's my view, my concern, or facts I'm sharing. But my thinking is a view or your view is your view. It could either be facts or it could either what you think. I want to look at it. If we are sharing our views, nobody, to some extent, has the democratic right. They have the right to criticize you. But your views could either be right or wrong. That's me. When you're giving your opinion could either be right or wrong. But when you say things, giving facts could never be wrong. 2 and 2 is 4. These are facts. So when people, like certain people are calling in Grenada, and they are giving facts, they seem to be true. These are truth. And nobody should argue it. As this last man that called, and he was giving facts, actual happenings. So people have a tendency to believe their view are always true. And I want to dispel that, as I usually do. This is what I have other experiences, but I wouldn't mention it. And nobody should criticize somebody when he gives his or her view. But when you talk facts and you could argue it, you have a right to say, no, it's not so, it's so. Thank you very much for entertaining me. It's time that we educate or we re-educate ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Have a good morning, and best wishes goes out for the rest of the day and the weekend to come. There's a notice from a message here from someone via the WhatsApp. They're saying, good morning, GT. I'm happy to hear the caller reiterate the issue of too much light. I have been telling people that for a while. In recent times, I've been lamenting the up of the up of very little. That the up to every little village playing field with no regulation about the times and the on times and off times of the light. If it continues to unabated, our population will be less healthy eventually. The lighting needs to be thought out carefully, and especially of course, in the interest of our health. That's someone making a contribution there via the WhatsApp. 445-2041. The lines are open. You have the option of calling via the WhatsApp, or you can call directly, or you want to send of course, express your views via the WhatsApp comment. You can do that also. 445-2041. It's Friday, the 2nd day of May, 2025. Yes, we start a brand new month. The second day within this particular month. So it is. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, you're live. Good morning to you.
JT, how are you doing this morning? You good?
Doing good. How are you this morning?
I'm great. JT, right. You know, yesterday was Labor Day, and of course we recognize workers, but we also have to recognize all the people who may pave the way for us and make it easier. People like Chester Humphrey, people like Madonna Harford, and so on and whatnot, and all the different people who has gone on. But one person I really have to single out, and that person never had an education, but he was the greatest trade union and the greatest leader and prime minister this country ever had. I refer to the Right Honorable Eric Matthew Gary, a member of the Privy Council, a privileged position, not very many will have. That man didn't have an education. He did not have an education, and he could have solved a problem. He was responsible for black people working in banks today. He was responsible for people prior to voting. A lot of people couldn't vote. You had to have property. He was responsible for all that. The marketing board in 1973, he was responsible for that. Of course, when Bishop and them came in, when criminal Bishop and them came in, then they changed it to Marketing and National Importing Board. But he was responsible for that. The NIS, he had something called a Provident Funds, a social security system that we had long before. Well, I had to talk about don't talk about the SGU. That was in 1976, the medical school, which is the second highest employer today. All due to that Gary, the greatest trade union leader and the greatest prime minister and leader this country has ever had. And also they had the agricultural bank where people could have get loans in those days. Now it's a Grenada Development Bank. So I have to place on record. I remember there was a farm labor program that people used to go to Canada. All these things that great Grenadian did. And we have to give him credit where credit is due, because he laid the foundation for us. And people don't realize, as I don't know, that man was not educated. And it's not like today. A matter of fact, like when Morris and all these other people was educated, but he challenged the colonial government. And I want to say to all them who chanting down, when all you have all the problem next time to the NGM, call Eric Matthew Gary here. He go help all you solve with the uneducated man, instead of taking a gun and running up on the foot and killing everybody. That's not the way to solve problems. So I just want to place on record, as yesterday was Trade Union Day, all the trade union people, all the persons who have paved the way for us so that we'll enjoy it today, because we just forget these things. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you very much. Best wishes goes out to you also. 445-2041, 445. We have an open line edition of To The Point for today. Listeners, viewers, you have the option of calling, sharing your views this morning on today's program. We go back to the phone line. We do have another caller. Caller, you're live. Good morning.
So,
good morning.
It's me again. Grant me the permission, please.
Go ahead, please.
I always say, and people who seem to be educated know what education means. Education means fit to live and fit to live. I acknowledge this lady for saying that your Uncle Gary was an educated man, because he was able to lead the people and guide the aged people as well as the youthful people. Now, We say we have those who have 60 degrees. And yet for all, we have so much confusion in the country. All over the world we have country. Education means fit to live and fit to live with. What do I mean by fit to live? You should be able to make a living, an honest day living, whether you work in the forest or on the boat or so. You should be able to make an honest living. Now we have more thieves. To me, we have more people fighting than we had in previous years. Are we educated? We should know how to solve a problem because it means fit to live and fit to live with. And once we know how to fit, a man want to fight with you, I wouldn't say you have to take up the challenge if he comes behind you, but walk away from him. You have people in the government beating up people all about without no reasonable cause because they are in a particular position. You have people firing people without doing anything wrong because they are in a particular position. Are these educated people?
Thank you, sir.
This is the problem.
Thanks
the problem is every one of us, we educated. I'm not educated, but I feel I have enough sense to make a good living, and have made a good living, and I should live, listen to my words, I should live peacefully. But because of the education of other people, I cannot, a few months I was never able to live peacefully because I was being attacked in my yard. Tell me, is this a modern society?
All right, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, and have a great day and a good weekend to come.
Thank you very much. You have a right to. Thank you.
Have a good morning. Have a good morning. Good morning. Caller via WhatsApp. Good morning. Go right ahead, please. Caller via WhatsApp. You're live. I am not sure what's going on with the WhatsApp caller this morning. Everything seems to be all right. WhatsApp caller, you're live. Good morning. I'm not sure what's happening. Let's go to the take another caller. Caller, you're live. Good morning.
Yeah, GT, I don't like to react to other people and things, but I think we need to distinguish when we're talking about education. To say somebody is not educated is to say that they're a lunatic or something like that. If we want to say a person was not secondary educated, in terms of how we use the word education or university, I could understand. Because, to say a person is not educated because they didn't go to secondary school, I think we need to change that mentality. We're all being educated. In fact, education and socialization are almost the same thing. How you're oriented, how you are socialized. And people, there was a time, African people, for instance, was orally oriented people. A large number of African people orally oriented, educated in terms of they learn through the oral tradition.
Okay.
And I'm saying that because we confuse things, because again we've been contaminated by status and so on. So we have status for that. That's why we want all our children to be doctors and lawyers and so on, and we look down on the other occupations. So we need to get this thing straight. I thought that I must clarify that. The man was educated.
Thank you so much.
Not secondarily, because he was also a school teacher. And by the way, yesterday an innocent program when we were talking about trade union, maybe she didn't hear that. I did say, from a trade union point of view, you cannot leave out the name of Eric Gary when it comes to things to do with workers. We could always debate the other areas of his life, but when it comes to trade union, his name would stand tall on that. So it's not that people don't recognize the role of Gary in the trade union movement. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Caller via WhatsApp, good morning. I'm assuming you're hearing me. Good morning to you. You're welcome. WhatsApp caller, good morning. I am not sure what's happening with my WhatsApp this morning. Let's go on the WhatsApp. Let's go back to the direct line. Caller, you're live. Good morning and welcome.
Hello.
Good morning to you, sir.
Yeah, well, I don't see the reason why you should be giving Gary this boost. Gary was a man, he was very, I ain't saying he was not a good prime minister, but he used to encourage a lot of stupidness. Hello?
Caller, we're hearing you. Go right ahead, please.
He used to encourage a lot of stupidness. Like, for instance, if Gary come around your place and he see a goat, if a man like goat, he will put his mongoose gang and then to keep it. Gary was not such a good man. At times, Gary and them, the boy, Ross and them, and Jupit fighting down in Terrace. It's like, oh, uncle, look what happened. What happened? Yeah, what happened? Ross coughing Jupit with knuckles. You see, man, Ross know when it is enough. I mean, Gary was a kind of man. I ain't saying I didn't like him, but at the same time, Gary wasn't too nice.
All right, caller, thank you. Thank you so much. 435-2041, 435. We drew for a break in this segment. Let's take it. And when we come back, hopefully get that WhatsApp sorted out there just a wee bit. Let's take that break. We're coming right back. Don't touch it out. Stay with us, folks. It's To The Point here on Classic Radio, GBN TV. It's an open line edition. We're coming right back after the break.
Get ready, Grenada. The Maggie King of the Grill is back and bigger than ever. On Saturday, June 7th, Monroe's playing field transforms into the ultimate battleground for grill masters. Think you got what it takes? Then fire up those grills and show your skills. Registration closes Friday, April the 11th. So don't miss your chance to compete for that sizzling prize and bragging rights. It's food, fun, and flavor, all powered by Maggie. To register, call 407-8458. Maggie King of the Grill, where flavor rules. See you there.
GBN presents the 2025 Maggie King of the Grill, Saturday, June 7th, Monrouge Plainfield from 11 a.m. Our partners, Maggie, the secret of great flavor, Grenada Distillers Limited, makers of Clark's Court, Grenada's #1 rum, Grenada Paper Products, makers of Cherish, Spring Soft, Harbour Bay, and Super Value Toilet Paper, and Royal, Quick and Easy, and Horizon Paper Towels, Budget Foods Inc., Classic Lighting, and Blue Bubbles PA Rental and Event Supplies. It's the 2025 Maggie King of the Grill, where flavor rules.
Looking to take your business to new heights? Advertise with GBN on our social media platforms and get noticed by our 138,000 plus followers. Reach a massive engaged audience ready to connect with your brand. No matter your business size, GBN is here to help you grow. Contact us today at admin@gbn.gd or WhatsApp 407-8458 to get started.
Welcome back to our listeners. Welcome back, viewers, to The Point for today, Friday, the 2nd day of May, 2025. We have an open line edition this morning, which means listeners and viewers, the option of calling in, share your views and concerns. We do have another caller. Caller, your life. Good morning.
Good morning to you, GT, and to your callers. I called because it ought not to go down on record that Gary was an uneducated man. Gary was a primary school teacher before he left Grenada, and okay, he probably only had primary school level education, but that was a very common thing back then. There was a thing called pupil teachers, where they started to teach from after passing school leaving. They started to teach, and they were given little courses and exams to upgrade themselves. Some failed the exam and fell off, had to leave the teaching. Some passed and continued, and they moved past school leaving and become a teacher in those days. And to say that Gary was an uneducated man, it is not correct, and it should not go down on the record. Yes, he probably didn't have university education or, secondary school education. But to say bluntly that he was not educated is not true.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. 435-2041, 435-2041. That's the number to go live this morning here on the program. If you certainly have, of course, a comment to make, or of course wants to, of course, express your views and concerns and so forth. 435-2041. That certainly is the number here on today's program to get on live. We do have another caller. Let's see if we can get that caller going live. 435-2041, 435-2041. I'm trying to eliminate the back and forth because I'm sensing, of course, folks are coming to revert whatever somebody said and what somebody said. So, caller, I know you're calling for that particular purpose, so I would encourage that we just don't go that particular trend this morning for some reason or the other. You said what you said already, and of course, just let it be for now, because you're going to come back and just create another sort of conversation that is just not needed on the program this morning. 435-2041. That's the number if you want to go live this morning here on today's program. Don't forget the WhatsApp is also open for you can send your messages via the WhatsApp, or you can certainly call via the WhatsApp. I think I got that up and running in that particular way this morning, so feel free to do so. 435-2041, 435-2041. That's the number if you certainly want to be part of today's edition of To The Point, the open line edition for you folks. 435-2041. As we move along this morning, saying good morning to those of you who are certainly let me get that sorted out there just a wee bit. All right, I think that's where it is now. Got the lines all cleared up. 435-2041 as we take your calls and, of course, here on today's program. If you're at home and, of course, you want to participate, feel free to give me that call. And certainly, we will actually go live when we do. We do have another caller. Caller, you're live. Good morning. Caller, good morning. You're live. All right. Let's try this. See if this works. 435-2041. Once again, that's the number. If you want to go live this morning, let's go back to the phone line. Caller, you're live. Good morning.
Morning.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm good, man. I'm good, man.
All right. Let's hear from you.
You say it's an open line.
It is, yes.
Now, I want to throw up a question, The question is, now in Grenada, they say they have some people forming a political organization. They say it's a political movement. Based on history of Grenada, we had 3 political movements and sleeper cells. During the slavery, we had the Federal Rebellion, which was a movement to get rid of the British. So it was a movement, whether it was genuine or not. In 1951, we had the Gary movement. And in the early 1970s, we had the Jew Will movement, right? Now, to create a movement, you have to have new ideas and new faces, new agenda. Now, this group of people who are talking about they having forming a political movement, they cannot form a political movement. They could form a political party. Because the political civic, in Grenada they say civic. In Canada we say regime. So the political regime is not new. They had experience in different political organizations. And the civic regime is not that good. So they cannot create a political movement. And a political movement is when it's a collective attempt by a group of people to change government policies and social values. So what new social values and policies they could bring to Grenada again? Grenada is a Westminster democracy where change is supposed to come through a referendum. That's just what I'm throwing up in the air. I go on.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much for sharing your opinion there. 435-2041, 435. The lines are open. Either you want to call in via the WhatsApp, or certainly you can call direct as we take another caller this morning. Let's go over to the phone line. Caller, you're live. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
What that caller just said, I had that idea a long time to raise a little while ago. This country is a democratic country. We come out of this communism thing. We're not going back into that communism thing, God forbid. So we don't want nobody come and introduce a communism kind of style. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. 435-2041, 435-2041. And someone is sharing another comment via the WhatsApp, and they're saying the level of primary school education was very high back then. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, you're live. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, GTN. How are you?
Doing great. How are you this morning?
I'm all right. I have two pieces to speak about this morning.
Go right ahead, please.
The first piece is, GT, for me, I can understand Grenada law. To me, I feel something ain't right. GT, a man cut out a man's hand last month. He gets 14 years in prison. A man loses his life a year ago in Bush issue. GT, that man don't even spend 1 day in the cell. The man, at the night, the Saturday morning by 2 o'clock, I was on the scene where the guy died, because me and the guy mother is like sisters. I heard the police say that if a crime takes place in a area, the police take control of this crime scene, and I agree 100%. You see, before 8 o'clock, I reach up there and never see no black and yellow tape around the place. When I asked where they caught the guy, the brother said that the police asked him to wash down the blood. GT, from Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, by Monday evening, you hear in news that self-defense, no arrest, no charge was laid. That man left 2 children to take care of, GT. When the children grow up and they start to ask questions about their father, and they hear somebody is driving a bread van and they kill this father, GT, this child growing now, and you never know what the weight will be on that child brain. So sometimes children from little have mental disturbance, and they grow, they go in school, they grow with it, and you never know what put this stress on them. The next one is GT. We have some people using, we're talking about mental disturbance, people trying to help to cope with them, and we are allowing people to use social media to go and damage people's brain, and they feel it's good. They don't care about who fought and who don't fought. But I would like the authority, GT, you free to express yourself. Nobody should stop you from expressing yourself, but you must have responsibility the way you do. You have people using social media, they know all who bullying in Grenada. These people they are accusing and GT, they calling their name. They are children. Sometimes these people could handle what they're saying, but if the children could handle what they're saying, when they go in the school and their friend listening to, and they come and they start to talk for your children in school, you know what damage could happen with these children brain? So you could go, you could say the parish, you could say the man, but going on social media and say this nasty thing about people, and the authority allowing you to do it, because sometimes you're affecting other people. They name local, but you're affecting them too with the way you getting on social media. So asking the authority to put something to that and let people have response for when they say things on social media. Thank you. Have a good weekend, my brother.
Have a great day yourself and a great weekend to come. 435-2041. We have an open line this morning. We have approximately 15 minutes left on today's program. And we taking your calls live this morning. You want to share your views. You want to, of course, share your opinion. Feel free to do so on today's program. Of course, keeping the right conversation intact also. Caller, you're live. Good morning.
Hey, JT, good morning, brother.
Good morning to you, sir.
Is everybody good?
Yeah, everything is all right. How are you this morning?
JT, I still don't listen to listening to the program they're going. And there is so much important thing to speak about, such as the PPP. Can you imagine that this thing coming ahead, and nobody do have no opinion about it?
Could you repeat that? What you mentioned? What's bill that is coming and no one is speaking in reference to?
The PPP, public with the NNN billion.
Mm-hmm.
What is your opinion about that? Do you feel it's a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, I don't want to give my personal opinion on it right now. That's why it's an open line this morning. I'm all ears. So I will probably like to keep my personal opinion towards it to myself.
Well, listen to me. I believe that is one of the best changes we'll be making to the marketing board.
Mm-hmm.
You know why? The public PPP is that the government have 40% shares, right? The other people, such as the businessman.
I want to get it clear. You speaking in reference to the new marketing board, right?
Yes.
All right. I got you. That's why I'll keep my opinion for that. But I'm just listening to yours. Yes, hear you.
I believe it's a good arrangement once it comes on stream, because with government putting 40% as shares, the other people and them they put in 60%. The businessman and them. I believe it's a win-win for Grenada. Because, look, if it's go down 60%, the people of this country go abuse it because it's government thing. But no, the other people of them, such as the businessmen of them, they have to invest. So if the people of them make, the government make, and the people of Grenada make. I think that is one of the most best ideas. Whoever comes for this marketing board. Right. Have a good day.
You too, sir. Have a good one. Thank you so much. 435-2041, 435-2041. Let's go to the WhatsApp. We have a caller via WhatsApp. WhatsApp caller, you're live. Good morning.
Good morning, GT.
Good morning to you, sir. How are you doing this morning?
Yeah, not bad. Thank you very much. Listen, am I hearing right about a new marketing board?
Yes, you are. You are hearing.
So I think that will be a dream thing, because for Grenada, the one they had in Grenville, I really miss it, and the one down as you're going up in town anyway, down by Courts there.
Yeah, talking about Young Street.
I really miss that. I think it'll be very good for farmers in Grenadas. The marketing board is a way forward. So come on, Grenada. Thank you.
Thank you also. Thank you for calling. 435-2041 as we go into the latter part of the program this morning. It's an open line this morning here today for To The Point, open line edition, 435-2041. That's the number if you suddenly want to be part of today's edition of To The Point. Let's hear from you callers as we get set to just take our last set of callers. Let's go to the phone line. Caller, you're live. Good morning. Caller, you're live. Good morning. Guess that caller missed it there for a weird bit. 435-2041. 435-2041. That's the number here if you want to go live this morning. Once again, open line edition here on To The Point for today, Friday, the 2nd day of May 2025. We give you the option this morning, and I'm all ears this morning. I just want to listen to folks express their views and concern as relation to various issues and give their views also. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, you are live. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Morning. Hello?
Good morning. You're live. Go right ahead, please.
All right, sir. Okay. Wednesday night, sir, I was listening to a program with Godfrey Augustine.
Yes.
On GBN. He usually has a program every Wednesday night, and there was 3 gentlemen. The chair here, Canadian Trinidadian, and this guy, Papa Jerry. Listen, I listened to that program, and it was very interesting. What Papa Jerry said about the Carnival Committee, it is really unfair and bad. When Ken Calypsonian make the final and giving them this peanut change, $2,000 or $1,500, I mean, these guys have expense. I mean, come on. I hope a lot of Grenadians, Caricunians, and Peter Martinicans got that program. That is unfair. And another point, that's 1 point gone. Another point, the second.
They spoke about the vendors on the sidewalk, and look what they're doing with all the Grenadians, charging these poor people $350 go up. Oh my God, come on! You have to put for rain. Suppose the rain come and they haven't made nothing. I mean, I sat down and listened. And I love to listen to all programs on GBN, interested programs. I mean, we have to think twice. Don't think one time. And another point again, number 3. It's first time in history of Grenada Caricom, Pidi Martin Carnival launching so early. This is ridiculous. You know, you don't do these things. Whoever is running who's running that scene in the Carnival community, they need coaching. I'm telling you. Anyhow, that's all I have to say for now.
Thank you. Thank you, caller. Thank you so much. Caller via WhatsApp. Good morning. You're live.
GT, happy Friday.
Good. Same to you, man. How you doing this morning?
Hey, not too bad. We have a nice weather up here today.
All right, great. Nice to hear that.
I'm very excited. Yesterday I do all my planting too.
All right. Lucky you, man.
Hey, GT, with the tariff, man, I got to plant, man. All right. Okay, GT, can you indulge me to talk to about 2 things quick?
Go right ahead.
Yesterday, GT, yesterday was the Labor Day, which the unions and the little rally, which was great. I did enjoy the match passing Victoria and stuff and like that. But then after we come to like where the leaders from the union and them spoken, and then I was really impressed by the Labour Minister. So I have to tell her thumbs up, because there was a lot of things that said, and then she had to bring clarity. And then you know what I mean, I never knew that we in Grenada was at war, because yesterday I heard Ms. Hazard talking about the line draw now. And I know when you hear line draw now, you're thinking about some war or something, you know, and I know the government to be very friendly with the union. So, you know, she kind of lost me date what she's saying. Well, Daisy will be Daisy anyway, Hazard anyway. A second thing I want to talk about, also, I listen to Andre Lewis. Andre too, all right? And I wasn't impressed by him at all. I was very impressed by Jude Bartholomew. I mean, Jude makes some, you know, I mean, he was very honest. When time to give the government praise, he give the government praise. When time to give them licks, he give them licks for the things they're doing. But Andre, I just see Andre just trying to promote himself, you know what I mean, for some kind of bowel movement they're trying to organize in Grenada, as far as I'm hearing, you know. So he just putting himself in a way to be the candidate. Okay, the second thing I want to talk about, you know, I realize now, I've been listening to some of the NNP programs and everybody bashing Peter David. A while ago, Peter David was so good, but all of a sudden, as soon as he decided to go on his own, to do his own thing, he's communist, he killed Bishop, you know, while these things were, give him a, you know, I mean, everybody open to a free shot, and then we should, you know, I mean, we should let him be, you know what I mean? He deserves that, you know. If he want to form an organization, a movement, whatever, let him form it. But let it not go calling him name and all these things. 1 minute we embrace him, now you're against him. GT, have a great weekend.
You too. Have a good day. And
all the best. Be safe all day, man.
Certainly will. And same goes out to you, man. Have the best. Caller, you live. Good morning.
Hello, good day, Mr. Glen, Telesford.
Good morning to you, sir.
All the fellas in Grenada biased, so even people in the media, while you're taking the opportunity to block people on the WhatsApp, you go to the WhatsApp number, and you press block, and you block them so they can call you. Or you must be called out. Stop doing that as a big man in the media.
Somebody
you should be ashamed of all yourself.
Somebody blocked you on WhatsApp? Did someone block you from WhatsApp?
I'm telling you what I was told, and I have confirmation of it.
I'm not sure where you
come. It's not an accident, brother. Yes. It's a fact. Don't be fooled by people. Have a blessed day. However, I should probably talk about something else, rather than just that. With an incident that took
Suddenly
place
trying to get the direction you're going at, call up. Kind of missing your direction just a wee bit.
Yeah, I'm going in a different direction now.
Yeah, go right ahead.
An incident that took place in a community with violence. We need to help the police and we need to help the people in our community. And how do we do that? There are people who went through trauma. They need assistance. They need counseling. We need to help them. We need to help the police because it seems as though the police need some training with regard to the basic things that they need to do in securing a crime scene. Probably they don't have enough people, So there need to be more community relations, more working with people in the community, even sometimes the people who we see as criminals, to understand what is it that's causing them to behave the way they behave. Is it that they did not get the training when they were 2-year-old and 5-year-old, so the fundamentals were weak? There was a program that was started in a community called Victoria by the inspector, the lady inspector who was in charge. Please, people of Grenada, have some of that in your communities elsewhere. Because we have festivals, we have activities elsewhere. And you don't want to lose lives for stupidity. We all need to have a balance. There is a reason why we have 2 hands, 2 eyes, and 2 feet. But we all make mistakes. And when sometimes we make mistakes, we must admit that we make mistakes and try to correct it. So I'm appealing to people, not build walls and put security cameras, because you will never be safe doing that. When the people are around you cannot have access to things, they will do things. When the people around you see you not working with them, they will behave a certain way. To every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. There is a reason why we are able to walk on this earth, because the earth, the soil, the concrete, the asphalt is able to sustain our weight. So we must be careful. We must care about others. Even some of the people who hate us sometimes, we still have to care for them. If we see them fall, we should still pick them up. We should still give them some water. That doesn't mean you have to continue to talk to them, but extend a hand when it's needed. Have a blessed day.
You too, caller. Have a good one. Blessed wishes goes out to you also. 435-2041, 435. Probably, for time's sake, I could accommodate maybe one more call if it comes really quickly, or we take a wrap for today's edition of To The Point. And it's let's take this final caller, then we take a wrap for today's edition. Caller, you're live. Good morning.
Thank you very much, and pleasant good morning to one and all. And I would just like to second that last caller there. We need to really be more proactive, and we need to stop the wrangling, because I call and I speak of this, and someone call and speak of that, and the next one will call and criticize and whatnot. We need to stop that political wrangling, so that we could see progress. I am suffering here under this present administration. The Burial Relief Fund and the Thank you very much.
Hey folks, as we're going to take a wrap for today's edition of To The Point, I want to thank all who called in and share their views and concerns on the program today. Best wishes goes out to all for today, Friday. Certainly hope you have a great day, what's left of it, and a great weekend to come. Of course, join me again next week for more editions of To The Point. That's where we say goodbye. All the best, folks.